Today's video, I'd like to talk about pricing your hand-carved or handmade items for sale. And it's not an easy thing to do. I know as a carver and a woodworker, one of my most asked questions is, Steve, how long did it take you to do that? And for many years, I didn't have any idea. I didn't know how to answer that question, and I don't think most of us do keep track or keep a record and have any idea. We might have a rough idea, but sometimes what we think are in our rough idea is very far off base. So I kind of made up my mind that I was going to start to track the hours that I spend, almost the same way that I might do on one of my jobs. If I'm doing a job, time and materials, I get the materials. I keep a record of what I did each day and how many hours I spent doing it. And in the end, I total the materials, I total the hours at the rate I want to earn, and I have come up with a price. And really, in order to price your craft items, your woodworking items, your art items, you have to do the same thing. And for a long time, I didn't do it. But here, maybe a couple years ago, I got real diligent about keeping a time study on the work that I did. I put a tablet of paper and a pen next to where I carved or next to where I turned. And I didn't always log the hours that I spent sourcing materials or going for materials or finding materials. But I began to track start times and stop times. In the beginning, I was pretty diligent and pretty regular about writing down the start time, but I'd forget to write down the stop time. But as I got more and more questions, Steve, how long does it take you to do that? And how much does it cost to make that? I started to get more precise, and I started to remember to record my hours. Now I know I still do skip sometimes. But here's a Christmas item that I did last year, and I do a lot of Christmas items. I like Christmas items. It's a happy time of the year. I enjoy turning ornaments. I enjoy carving ornaments. This was a little different twist. Last year I called these Drunk Santa bottle stoppers. I never did a bottle stopper before, but they turned out okay. And I sold about 7 of them. And I still have 7 left. I guess I sold 6 of them. I have 7 left. And I'll probably give some of those away as gifts. But in addition to tracking your hours, I think you need to fix a price. You know what you earn at work. You know what your hourly rate is or your salary, and you can determine your hourly rate from your salary. How much do I want to earn to carve? Do I want it to be a business where I'm actually making money? Or do I enjoy doing it and I'd like to make some beer money? For me, the answer was I'd like to make some beer money. But keeping track of the hours really was quite an awakening. It really changed what I thought about what I was doing. So my goal is to earn $25 an hour. But for example, on these simple Santa ornaments, here's the hours that I tracked. This is how much time I spent per session. Kept a running total of the hours. At this point, after 48 hours, I had 13 of them carved. 8 carved. Eight of them completed carving. And I continued on. I guess I started finishing, painting at this point. And until I was finished, I had 79 hours in the project. Now that doesn't allow for running for materials and things. And there's no material costs involved in that. But anyway, till it's finished, 79 hours. And if I were to make my desired $25 an hour, 79 hours at $25 an hour for 13 figures would be $1,975. $1,975 divided by 13 pieces would mean I'd need to get $152 a piece for each of those Drunken Santa ornaments. Drunken Santa bottle stoppers. Well, I don't know how many people will buy them at $152, but I did sell several at $100. Like I said, my regular customers, they want something. They ask me every year, what are you carving for Christmas this year? And they want it, and they're kind of collecting the things. But realistically, $25 an hour isn't a whole lot of money. Not when you think about the skill level, the investment in tools, the amount of time you spend sharpening, maintaining tools, cleaning brushes. It's not a lot of money. But it's funny, over and over and over again. People will say to me, oh my Steve, that thing is gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. Oh, you should keep making those. You'll make a lot of money making those. And it gets exciting. Oh, I can make a lot of money. And then I ask the question, how much would you give me for one of those? Oh my God, Steve, you could sell those. You could probably get $10 or $15 a piece for those. Think about that. $10 or $15 a piece. And it took 79 hours to carve them. Now I understand people they don't realize what's involved in the process and everything. But I also understand that too many people aren't charging anywhere near enough for their work. And they're not doing a time study. They're not keeping track. So maybe you don't want to make $25 an hour. And like I said, I didn't sell these for $152 a piece. I made good money on them, but I didn't make $25 an hour. But I enjoyed myself, and I'm not doing it as a business. I'm doing it as a hobby and to supplement my income a little bit. Turnings like this, you can wrap up quite a few hours in turnings like this. So you make the pieces, hollow them out, and you don't just find a piece of lumber like that. You can't go to Lowe's or Home Depot and buy lumber that has that kind of figure and curl and color. It's a search. So try and track your hours. Determine what you want to make per hour and charge appropriately. When we all begin to charge appropriately, people might begin to understand what's involved, and we all might do a little bit better on our projects. I hope if you think about it, and I hope you enjoyed this video, think about it a little bit, and I hope it helped out. I don't know if it did or not, but I know I sure was shocked when I began to realize just how much time went into each piece that I carved. So when people ask me, how long did it take you to make that now? I have a definitive answer. I can tell them how long. And I can tell them about how much it would cost. And hopefully you'll do the same. If you're finding these videos that I'm making helpful, I'd sure appreciate hearing from you about them. If you have suggestions and comments, I'm new to this whole process, and I know some things are a little rough. I think things are getting a little better as I practice. I'm trying to learn more. Please give me suggestions and comments. You can be brutally cruel and tell me what I'm doing wrong. That's the only way I'll learn. And also, hopefully subscribe to my channel, and I'll keep making some more of these. Okay, folks, have fun. Keep carving, keep turning, keep woodworking. Enjoy yourself.